Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests. On behalf of Bundaberg Regional Council, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all this morning. My name is Mears. It's my great pleasure to be your MC this morning. Welcome to the 2022 Australia Day Awards Citizenship Ceremony. Have we all had a good Australia Day so far? Very good. Well, we hope it will get a lot better as the day goes on. Firstly, some general housekeeping. If you could please put your phones on silent while our ceremonies are on. The toilets are out this door to my right, and should there be an emergency, we'll exit through the front entrance and meet in the vacant land across the road. I would also like to remind everyone to keep your mask on while you are in this venue. You will be asked to take them off when reading the pledge and singing the national anthem, and we hope you will do that loud and long. I know the Mayor's going to be leading us, so that will be good. But you will need to put them back on after both the anthem and your pledge. And our Australia Day Award recipients can certainly take them off if they would like to make a speech, and we would encourage them to do so. And I have the trusty Glen 20 here to spray the microphone afterwards. During the citizenship ceremony, after you have collected your certificate at the end and the plant, please keep moving so we can maintain social distancing, and we ask that everyone else stays in their seats. So basically collect your certificate plant and then move back to your seats. We hope you will take photos when you go to your own celebrations and tag Bundaberg Regional Council on social media. You will also be welcome to take photos outside the building if you would like to. We'll also be live streaming and filming part of the ceremony for Bundaberg Now social media, and I understand all our citizenship ceremony participants have received that link to the live streaming. If you do not wish to have your image photographed or filmed, you should already be sitting in the back 2 rows. But if not, please move so and inform the photographer or Bundaberg Regional Council staff member present. Before I begin today, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the Tarrabalang Bunda, Gureng Gureng, Gurang and Baili peoples as the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and we all look forward to continuing to work with all First Nations peoples in the Bundaberg region in the spirit of mutual respect and reconciliation. We are honoured this morning to have a number of distinguished guests. Mr Thomas Smith MP, State Member for Bundaberg, the Honourable Keith Pitt MP, Federal Member for Hinkler, Stephen Bennett MP, State Member for Burnett, our Mayor Jack Dempsey, Councillors, Councillor Bartels, Councillor Honor, Councillor McPhee, Councillor Haberman, Councillor Cooper, Councillor Mitchell and Councillor Learmonth. We also have apologies from those who can't be here but send their very best wishes, including Mr Ken O'Dowd MP, Federal Member for Flynn, and Deputy Mayor Bill Trevor, Councillor Barnes and Councillor McLaughlin. I would now like to call on Mayor Jack Dempsey to say a few words. Please welcome our Mayor.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests. Happy Australia Day. Yeah, come on, get it together. It's a very special occasion today. I'll try and stick to the script, but this is one of only a handful of ceremonies being conducted across the whole length and breadth of Queensland. So I really want to thank everybody involved, as well as the participants and those attending here today for their patience and understanding for us to be able to facilitate these special awards. And these awards are very special this morning on behalf of people that have contributed so much to the community. Well, we have from people and events, from our seniors to our juniors, giving part of them to make our community even better, and at the same day welcoming our new Australian citizens for their journey within the Australian community. And many of them have already contributed in so many ways already as residents, but are now taking the step to be citizens. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. On behalf of the Bundaberg Regional Council, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to you all this morning. And certainly, as Trish has alluded to, all of the different procedures that we have in place in case of emergency. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we meet here today and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. I'd also, as we do, as one of very few councils in Australia, acknowledge those that have served this nation and paid the ultimate sacrifice, and their family and loved ones as well, so that we have the rights and freedoms and we have what's called a rule of law, which is quite different to other nations, that allows us to have the rights and freedoms. So to our distinguished guests, Australia Day Award recipients, all soon to be citizens, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this special occasion. Today we will recognise Bundaberg Regional residents who work diligently year-round and over many years, I must say, to improve our community. Their concerted efforts take great skill and commitment, support the less advantaged, boost our economy, or simply bring a smile to people's faces. And that's what we need a lot more today and in the years ahead. It is contributes of this type of talent and time, because it is so precious, that such of these are ways to enrich the social fabric of our community, and is what makes Bundaberg Region such an ideal location, as we all know, to live, work and raise a family. Hard-working and community-minded volunteers have something in common, and that is that they never ask for recognition, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve it. It is great pride that I stand here today to announce Bundaberg Regional Council's Australia Day Award recipients for 2022. These awards represent the highest honour a Bundaberg Regional resident or group can receive and provide an opportunity for residents to recognise community champions. I call them little heroes as well, because they just go that above and beyond. The categories being presented today include Citizen of the Year, Senior Citizen of the Year, Young Citizen of the Year, and Community Group or Event of the Year. In selecting the award recipients, Council is pleased to organise a panel of independent community representatives who assessed the nominations and made their recommendations to Council. We thank the panel for its contribution of time and expertise, knowing that they are well connected in their support for the community also. I'd also like to mention the many nominations right across all categories, which was really pleasing this year. The strength of these nominations only adds further weight to the status of those who were selected to receive the awards here today, and I thank everyone who took the time to lodge a nomination. Today should also not pass without recognising the fantastic work of our volunteers, our healthcare workers, our emergency service personnel who contribute so much to our community, as well as their loved ones who stay at home when their loved ones go out to serve the rest of the community. These heroes have been very much in the firing line lately, and I know we are all extremely grateful that we have people of this calibre ready to protect our lives and property at a moment's notice. It is important for them to know that we are proud of them and that they are appreciated for their work. So in closing, our congratulations once again to our Australia Day Award recipients, and may I wish everybody a very enjoyable Australia Day. Thank you. I'll get back to Trish now, but I also want to congratulate the families and thank them for attending here today to support our award recipients. Bundaberg is a very special community, most caring community in the whole of Australia. It was voted on early last year, and it's because people contribute and do that little bit extra to help out in the community. So today, while there's been a pomp and ceremony, it really gives us an opportunity to say thank you. So over to you, Trish.
I do not want to see Glen 20 after today, okay? Thank you very much, Mayor Dempsey, for your wonderful words. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will now progress with our award presentations for our Australia Day award recipients. Due to COVID restrictions, I would ask the award winners to collect their frame certificate and medal from the stand. Then please step forward. You will then have a socially distanced photo with the Mayor wearing your mask. You are then welcome to say a few words without your mask. As I said earlier, no hugging. Sorry, I know that will be really hard for you. As I said earlier, I have the Glen 20 on hand to sanitise those microphones between speeches. After all our award presentations, our winners and family and friends are invited to move outside via that entrance at the back there. You can see where Wendy is at the moment, and go out to the fig trees, and there you will be able to have some photos and some media interviews. So that's our award winners and their supporters. Well, it is now with great pleasure that we reveal the Bundaberg Region's Australia Day Award winners for 2022. Our first award category is Community Group or Event of the Year. This award recognises outstanding achievement by an individual, group or organisation fostering community spirit or an event which has resulted in positive outcomes for the Bundaberg region. And the winner for the Community Event of the Year award is the Rotary Club of Bundaberg Sunrise Ocean Fest 2021.
The Rotary Club of Bundaberg Sunrise Ocean Fest is Bundaberg Regional Council's Community Event of the Year for 2022. This event highlights the importance of marine industries and conservation in our region and brings the community together for a celebration of our fantastic seafood.
Our club's priority has always been to provide a major annual event for the community that also helps us raise much needed funds for worthwhile charities and local community groups. I think the big thing is we wanted to really focus on the ocean and the marine theme. We wanted to keep it local as much as possible, focus on the industries and our amazing environment that we live in. And like some other events, we completely run it as our local volunteer club. We're supported by family and a lot of other community organisations. And we still try to keep it free. We certainly ask for a gold coin donation for those that are willing, but it's a free event for the community that we really are proud of. For all of those that have been there, they know that it's hosted at the beautiful Bundaberg Port Marina, which is perfectly fitting with our ocean and marine themes. We also include educational and fun things for the kids to do, and certainly include a focus on the environment. And that's become a major area of focus for Rotary International across the globe. I'm pretty certain that our members, their family members, and everyone else who was involved in making Ocean Fest a success would be certainly proud to receive the award.
Please welcome Glenn Hoffman from Bundaberg Sunrise Rotary.
Good morning, everybody, and distinguished guest today. Happy Australia Day to everybody. It's a great privilege to be here today on behalf of the Rotary Club of Bundaberg Sunrise Incorporated to receive this award. For those who've been to Ocean Fest, and I'm pretty sure that you'd agree that presentation that's been put together by President Blair and the Council pretty much sums it up. It's a pretty great event for the community, and it gives our club, all the members in the club who work together to put it on, along with their partners, a lot of pride and satisfaction to actually hold the Ocean Festival, and it's really special to us to be acknowledged as the community event of the year on Australia Day. So thanks to all concerned, particularly to our club and club members, and for all those other supporting organisations and our partner organisations within the community who all work together to bring it all together on the day and to make it such a success. So thanks again. Thank you.
Just leave that there. Wonderful. Congratulations so much to the Rotary Club of Bundaberg Sunrise for their Event of the Year, Ocean Fest 2021. Our next award is for Young Citizen of the Year. Accepting our next award is someone who displays ongoing excellence in the community, demonstrating leadership and innovation while contributing to the Bundaberg region. And the winner of the Bundaberg Region Young Citizen of the Year is Isaac Cooper.
Isaac Cooper is Bundaberg Regional Council's Young Citizen of the Year for 2022. Isaac is an inspirational ambassador for swimming and a role model for up-and-coming sporting stars in our region.
Swimming is just something that I've always done. I know that I started learning to swim pretty much as soon as I could. I think I was maybe 4 or 5 months in the water. By the time I was 5, I was actually starting squad training. I've been swimming for a very long time, but I've loved every single minute of it. So I went to the Tokyo Olympics to swim the 100 backstroke. I managed to make the semi-final, and I managed to place 12th in the world in the semi-final of the 100 back. I also was thankfully selected to be the heat swimmer of the 4x100 mixed medley relay, where my team was able to pick up a bronze medal, which was incredible to come away from my first international race, the Olympics, with the bronze medal. People always ask me, how was the Olympic experience? And it's just, there's no words to describe it. And even when I was there with people, I was thinking to myself, I wish that everyone could be here to witness this and see how incredible it is. But I think that's what makes it so special, is that only a select few actually are able to go. And so it was an insane experience. I still can't describe it.
Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. I remember when I was called and I was told that I was going to be getting this award this year, and the first thing that I thought about was back in 2017 was when I got my first Australia Day award, and I believe then it was Junior Sporting Spirit of the Year award. And I remember little 13-year-old Isaac. I walked up onto the stage, and I was much too nervous to come up and talk in front of everyone. And Mr. Dempsey thankfully spoke on my behalf. But I remember I was standing to the side and my legs were shaking, and I was really nervous. And I like to think that Isaac, little Isaac, could look forward 5 years and be proud of the person that I've become now. And while I have moved away and I now live in Brisbane, I still come back regularly to Bundaberg because this is my home. And this is where I grew up. This is where I learned how to swim. I still have my old coaches here who took me to my first Australian record, my first Australian gold medal, national gold medal, and I wouldn't be the person that I am without everyone here today, and I do thoroughly enjoy coming back to this community. So thank you very much for having me, and thank you for this honour.
So wonderful, Isaac. And when we welcomed Isaac back from the Olympics last year, it was such a thrill, and I know he's going to be such an ambassador for our region going forward in his career. So our next award is the Senior Citizen of the Year, awarded to a valued resident who displays ongoing excellence in their field and in the community, demonstrating leadership and innovation while contributing to the region. And this year's Bundaberg Region Senior Citizen of the Year is Judy Giarola.
Judith Giarola is Bundaberg Regional Council's Senior Citizen of the Year for 2022. Judith has been a driving force behind the Moore Park Beach Turtle Monitoring Group for 19 years, as well as volunteering her time and efforts to get locals more physically active.
It is actually the 20th season for my partner Vern Cook and myself, and yes, it is for us, our 20th season, and it just seems to have flown. During the season, it is very tiring, but it's very rewarding as well. So I think it's been 20 seasons well spent. And the night crew, when we're patrolling, depending on the number of teams that we have, we cover as much beach as possible and as often as possible, so that we do have more chance of encountering a nesting turtle. We regularly do talks with the school, although we haven't this year, but with the Scouts group. The Scouts group realise the importance of our turtles, and they love to keep their scouts up to speed with what they should and they shouldn't do on the beach. Well, the classes are run once a week. They are free. It's a stretch, flexibility and balance class, and all I ask is that I get a smile.
I had to have notes. I'm quite dumbfounded. Thank you. I'm honoured to receive this recognition, although humbled and somewhat dumbfounded when I think of the number of remarkable seniors doing amazing things in our communities. They should all be applauded for their efforts. The main purpose of the Moore Park Beach Turtle Monitoring Group is to save and protect as many nests as possible, and therefore get as many hatchlings as we can safely into the water. In accepting this award, I need to share it with our incredible team. Without each and every member, we could not achieve our purpose. In particular, I acknowledge my partner Vern Cook, who has worked alongside me as we've hurtled and turtled from season to season together. I also need and want to thank Lynn Boshimer, our right-hand person, who joined Vern and I in our third season. Her efforts and commitment have been tireless, and I cannot thank her enough. The marine turtles on the east coast of Australia need our help. Our loggerheads are endangered, and our flatback and green sea turtles are vulnerable. Their plight has been caused predominantly by humans. It is therefore up to all of us to help them. While we may be moving nests to safer locations on Moore Park Beach, or meshing to prevent predation, or barricading to protect nests from four-wheel drives and motorbikes, we can all do little things. Little things like collecting rubbish from the beach, dimming lights or turning off unnecessary lights so that urban glow is reduced, protecting our dunes, or not using bright torches on our beaches during the turtle season. If a lot of people do little things, big things can happen. To the participants in my stretch, flexibility and balance session, I thank you for what we share: friendship, support when and if it is needed, and the sheer joy of getting together. Our sessions are wonderful for our spirits as well as our bodies, and it is so important to maintain both as we age. My mother and father were remarkable role models who gave freely of their time and energy to help others and causes in which they believed. They made me who I am, and I know they would have been proud of this recognition. Thank you.
Wonderful, Judy. And I know they are going to be celebrating at Moore Park Beach today. Well, our final award is Citizen of the Year. This award recognises an inspirational role model who displays ongoing excellence in their field and in the community, demonstrating leadership and innovation while contributing to the region. This year's Bundaberg Region Citizen of the Year is Dale Rethamel.
Dale Rethamel is Bundaberg Regional Council's Citizen of the Year for 2022. Dale has made an invaluable contribution to our community through tireless volunteer work, his generous support of a range of sporting and community groups, and his fundraising efforts.
I love feeling connected, and I love feeling a part of all the sporting groups and the community groups that we're involved in. It's a great feeling. I do it with pride, and I do it for passion, and obviously I do it because, Bundaberg is just such a great town, and I love helping to try and contribute to keep it that way. it's a small part that I can play as a business owner, where I can give back to the community to help Bundaberg prosper and be a great community, and that then in turn, you know, represents the value for business and makes business strong, and it's just something that I love doing. I've been the president since 2018 of the Bundaberg Race Club. I've formed some absolutely fantastic friendships that I'll have for life. You know, they work extremely hard, you know, and I love working extremely hard with them. I was asked as a community member to join a joint committee between Lifelight and the RFDS. I jumped in, boots and all, and I've never regretted a single moment. They are just an amazing organisation. I love going out to the base. I love showing people the base. I'm incredibly passionate about it.
I've been told to keep this short today, so that's why I thought I'd actually refer to notes for probably once in my life, because I do have a tendency to rabbit on a little bit. So I was quite happy to hear that Trish said I wasn't able to hug the mayor today. But to everyone here, what a fantastic honour. I'm normally not particularly short for words, and I'm normally in this position giving someone else an award or a presentation. I love doing that. It's very rare for people to get recognised for what they do, and I'm very humbled for that. I love Australia, and most particularly I love Bundaberg. I was born and bred here in Bundaberg. I just think we live in an amazing part of the world. We have a fantastic climate. We have brilliant people that live here around us. We're just so blessed to be part of a community that can just continually to give, and punch well above its weight for the size of that we are. As people may know or may not know, I'm heavily involved in sport, all sorts of sports. I think sports bring communities together. Sports are great for fitness, great for general health, and there's nothing better than when large groups of the community come together, young and old, to enjoy each other's company, and it certainly builds the strong fabric that we have here in Bundaberg. I'd like to thank the community, and I'd like to thank all those people that give to all the sporting organisations and all the community groups and all the community events that we hold here in Bundaberg. Without people volunteering and without people donating, these events just simply don't occur. So thank you so much for those people. I particularly like to take this opportunity today to recognise volunteers. Not only volunteers, but also people that give and businesses that give. Because people do this out of the goodness of their own heart. They do not have to give. They do not have to volunteer time. They do not get paid to do what they do. They do that because they love the region that they live in, or they love the organisation that they're involved in. So congratulations to every single person out there in Bundaberg that makes this just such a fantastic place. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all the assistance that we get, both federally, state and from the local council. We simply can't run our sporting organisations and community group without that assistance through grants or through generous donations through council. So thank you very much for that. I won't keep you this much longer because I could talk here all day about this, but thank you to Natalie and the kids. They often don't see me a lot, but I love doing what I do, and I'd like to think that over the next 12 months I could help raise the awareness for all the amazing work that volunteers and people that donate to our community, and how it makes Bundaberg just such a special place to live. Thank you, and happy Australia Day.
Congratulations, Dale. I understand he kept it a surprise from his family, so they would have had a lovely thrill here this morning. Well, congratulations once again to all our Australia Day Award winners for 2022. I now invite all winners and their supporters to move outside through that backside door there over to the fig trees. So where Betty is waving, If you can all head out there, and there'll be some group photos, the award winner photos, and also some media interviews, and we thank the media for being here today as well. So we will now be having our citizenship ceremony. Just a reminder that we will be live streaming the ceremony. So if you do not want to be filmed, please move into those final 2 rows of the room. So to commence our citizenship ceremony, please welcome our Mayor, Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, I'll get in on this. Yeah, very good. It's not Peebo either. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you again for joining us this morning for our special group citizenship ceremony. Today, you are all to become new Australian citizens. And may I bring best wishes and warm congratulations from the Bundaberg Regional Council on your decision to take out Australian citizenship. And it's a special day for Australian citizenship to be on the same day as we do our Australia Day Awards. And you can see from the type of commitment, both young and old, to this community. It's a wonderful community, wonderful state and a wonderful nation to be part of. And we are so blessed to be able to have you and your families being able to take up citizenship and to contribute and pass the baton on to do great things for our community. Acquiring Australian citizenship is a public declaration of your commitment to Australia. This morning you'll become members of one of the world's most culturally diverse societies and acquire Australian citizenship in the full knowledge of the privileges and responsibilities of such an important commitment. This morning will be a time for you to remember. Certainly will. All present are privileged to share this special moment with you as you make your commitments and accept new responsibilities as Australian citizens. At the end of today's ceremony, I will give everyone an opportunity to say the Australian Citizenship Affirmation. I would now like to invite the Honourable Keith Pitt to the microphone and read a welcome message from the Minister of Immigration, Citizenship, Migrant Services and Cultural Affairs. It's great to have you here today, Keith.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'll just make a brief comment before I read this. I've had the good fortune in the last couple of weeks, with borders once again being open for most of the country, to travel through the Murray-Darling Basin across to Adelaide to a place called Kimber out in effectively the desert, where they also grow some wheat, to Port Hastings, where we've shipped our first shipment of hydrogen to the world, and it just never ceases to amaze me what a wonderful country we live in. From the mighty Murray, which is flowing freely right now due to rainfall, particularly in the north in Queensland through the catchment, across to Kimber in South Australia, where the average rainfall is 330 millimetres a year, and they had 350 mil in the 48 hours before I arrived. It's just such a diverse nation, and I congratulate each and every one of you on taking citizenship today. The message from the Honourable Alex Hawke MP is this. Today, you become an Australian citizen. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved as a nation, and we welcome you in joining us. Our history and culture has been forged over thousands of years, first through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and more recently with people from all corners of the earth. Australia has succeeded as a nation by embracing and defending our national values. We believe in the freedom and dignity of each individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of association. We value the rule of law, democracy, and equality of opportunity for all people. We stand with other democracies in helping to defend and protect these hard-fought freedoms. We are a resilient nation. Drought, bushfires, floods, and a global pandemic have challenged our normal way of life. Our social cohesion, a key strength of Australia, has never been more important. Upon taking the pledge of commitment today, I call on you to embrace these values and the rights and responsibilities of Australian citizenship and play an active part in your local communities to build an even stronger nation. On behalf of the Australian Government, I congratulate you on reaching this very special day. Alex Hawke, the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship, and a lot of other things. And I know him well. He's a good guy, although he follows Parramatta, which is unfortunate. I keep telling me you should go for a Queensland team. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Good morning, God bless. Safe travels.
Thank you, Keith, and thank you for those kind words. And obviously, as we all are proud Australians, we live in a big country, and diversity and multiculturalism and respect and understanding are certainly part of that, and that's why citizenship ceremonies are so important. So today, you become an Australian citizen. We are immensely proud of what we have achieved as a nation, and we welcome you in joining us. Our history and culture has been forged over thousands of years, first through Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and more recently with people from all corners of the earth, as represented in this community. Australia has succeeded as a nation by embracing and defending our national values. We believe in the freedom of dignity of each individual, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and freedom of association. And we value the rule of law, which is very unique for Australia in the worlds of law and governance, and the equality of opportunity for all people. We stand with other democracies in helping to defend and protect these hard-fought freedoms. We are a resilient nation. Drought, bushfires, floods and global pandemics have challenged our normal way of life. Our social cohesion, a key strength to Australia, has never been more important. Upon taking the pledge of commitment today, I call on you to embrace these values and the rights and responsibilities of Australian citizenship and play an active part in your local communities to build an even stronger nation. On behalf of the Australian Government, as said, mentioned by Honourable Keith Pitt, it certainly is very special to be able to have everybody coming together. I'll now turn to the formal part of the ceremony, which is conducted in accordance with the Australian Citizenship Act of 2007. As part of the legal requirements of today's citizenship ceremony, I'll now read the preamble from Schedule 1 of the Australian Citizenship Regulation 2016. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia, and Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons on whom Australian citizenship is conferred enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these obligations by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic beliefs, by respecting their rights and liberties, and upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. As such, citizenship is both a value to the individual and to the nation. Now I'd like to ask those conferees who are making pledge number 1, which is the pledge containing the words "under God," to stand as your name is called by Trish.
Justine Harper. Suba Usher. Stella Bennett. Regine Bolatalo. Almira Curtis. Shilpa Hedge. Nguyen T. Tu Tau Kong. Parkama Lawini. Ree Sasaki. Caitlin Stevenson. Tasman Taran. Jennifer Torres. Ching Gai Kyong. Akshatu Goodamain. Maruti Goodamain. Ashley Main. David Aruga. Maribel Aruga. Jacqueline Askew. Sean Askew. Deborah Lambert. Ryan Lambert. Antonia Erasmus. And Ronnie Erasmus.
Thank you. So please repeat each line after me in relation to your Australian citizenship pledge. From this time forward, under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to ask those conferees that are making pledge number 2 to stand and repeat after me. Trish will call your name now.
George Camplin, Tanya Fitzgerald, Gavin McTeer, Jennifer Vincent, Lewis Viles, and Zushin Wong.
Thank you, everybody. Please repeat after me. From this time forward, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, and whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I'll uphold and obey. Thank you. Please be seated, and may I offer my sincere congratulations to you all on becoming new Australian citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulations and welcoming our new Australian citizens and acknowledge their families. I'll head over to you. Sorry, just in case.
Thank you, Mayor. I might stay here. Please come forward individually or as a family group as your name is called, so you can collect your individual certificates and 1 plant per family. So you will start at that end and then come forward with to collect your tree, 1 per family. And we'd love you to register them as part of our 1 million trees project, because we're sure they're going to grow into beautiful trees. Please then keep moving and take your seats again so we can maintain social distancing. And just a reminder for everyone else to please stay in your seats. Rather than take photos during the ceremony, we ask that you take photos outside the multiplex or, of course, at home after the ceremony. Justine Harper. Suba Usher. Stella Bennett. Regine Bolatalo. George Camplin. Tanya Fitzgerald. Nguyen T2 Tao Kong. Parker Malawi Ni. Ree Sasaki. Caitlin Stevenson. Tasmir Tareen and Noan Muaz. Jennifer Torres. Jennifer Vincent. With Lorelei Vincent. Lewis Viles. Zhu Xinwang, Ching Gaikyong, Akshata Goodamain, Adita Shigara, Dishan Shigara, and Maruti Goodamain. David Aruga and Maribel Aruga. Jacqueline Askew and Sean Askew. Antonia Erasmus, Lainey Erasmus, Menanto Erasmus, and Ronnie Erasmus.
So now that we have witnessed the pledge of commitment made by new citizens, I would now like to invite everybody to participate in the Australian Citizenship, which is the Affirmation Ceremony. The Australian Citizenship Affirmation is based on the pledge that our new citizens have just made. Participation in the Australian Citizenship Affirmation is voluntary and it carries no legal status. However, the affirmation was introduced in 1999 as a part of the 50th anniversary celebrations of Australian citizenship as a way of people who were born already as Australian citizens to be able to make a public pledge of commitment. Those who are not Australian citizens but also feel a strong connection, as we've had this morning with residents, A connection to Australia are also welcome to participate. Just join in from the second line. So if you'd like to take part, please stand if you're able to. We have people with disabilities and so forth, and repeat each line after me. Don't be shy, it's good. As an Australian citizen, I affirm my loyalty to Australia and its people. Whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I uphold and obey. Please remain standing for the National Anthem. The words of the National Anthem are on the back of the program if you need be. So nice loud voices, please.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath the radiance of the cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who've come across the seas with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Over to you, Trish. Thank you. Actually, before going on there, we normally have Rhythms of the Reef, which is again a great little community songstresses. I've been trying to get into them for many years, but they only accept ladies. But they are very sad to miss out on coming and sharing their beautiful voices and songs with us here today. So just
Very true. Thank
pass
you.
it on.
Please be seated. So thank you and congratulations once again to our new Australian citizens. If I can please ask you to put your masks on. You've been very good. I can imagine in 50 years' time, people will look at photos and say, what were they all doing? But you've all been so wonderful. We really appreciate it. Can all new citizens please check your certificate carefully? Your official Australian citizenship certificate is an important legal document and is your evidence of Australian citizenship. Please ensure that your name and date of birth are correct, and today's date is printed on your certificate in the bottom left-hand corner. If there are any issues, please speak to Betty after the ceremony concludes. You've communicated with Betty on the phone or email. Now you'll know who she is. Your certificate should be stored flat in a cool, dry location. Please do not damage your certificate by folding it, and do not laminate it. Damaged or laminated certificates will not be accepted by the Australian Passport Office. We also do not recommend framing your certificate, as you'll need to quote the ACC number listed on the back of your certificate to apply for an Australian passport. Well, this concludes today's citizenship ceremony. On behalf of the Australian Government and my colleagues at the Council, I would like to congratulate you and wish you a happy and successful future as Australian citizens. And another huge congratulations to our Australia Day award winners. While we cannot congregate for group photos here, we encourage you to take photos of your celebrations and please tag Bundaberg Regional Council in social media. So please stay safe and have a wonderful Australia Day and have a great year. Thank you.
Rhythms aren't here and it's not on the program, but I just think we've special Australia Days to sing just the first verse of voices. We'll start off, okay, because it's really important that it symbolises a lot about Australia. So ready? Tick, tock, 3, 2, 1. We are one, but we are many. Come on, and from all the lands on earth we come. We'll share a dream and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australia. We'll give up now, that's enough. But keep the dream alive.
I think the Mayor should be able to join Rhythms of the Reef, don't you? He should get a special dispensation. Can we please thank Betty and all the council staff too for an amazing job they've done putting today together. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.